All right, you guys. So we're gonna go ahead and get into this review on Belle Collective, but they need to add another person because Cliff, he is a part of the group now. So yeah, he is. Give him whatever y'all give him. Do that, whatever. Put him in there because he's now a part of this. He ain't going nowhere. Yeah. LY. Hey you guys, welcome back to our channel. My name is Kourtney and my husband Eddie, which normally sits right here, is not doing this review with me. I'm doing it solo. So if you're new to this channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you hadn't already. Let me tell you what we're all about. We do relationship topics and we do reviews, and right now I'm doing Belle Collective. And so yeah, if you're watching us via Facebook, make sure you hit like and follow. So let's go ahead and get into this. Now it opens up with Latrice showing her house, showing her stuff. Now, I like Latrice. The first episode, I see some stuff, but I think I have to put in my mind that she's still young. But yeah, I like Latrice. I think that she is authentic. I think that, hey, her money real. It is what it is. We can see, in her house, her furniture nice. You know what I'm saying? So she's not like Marie that thinks she rich, want to be rich, but she got a whole tribe that she taking care of, including the husband. Okay. All right. Let me not move too fast. All right. So Latrice is talking to her friend about her new hair care line. And so her husband walks in, Cliff. She called him Zaddy, but I'm going to call him Cliff on here because that's not, not my husband. So Cliff walks in, and so she was, he was saying hey to her friend, and that her friend looked beautiful on FaceTime. And so she was like, don't be telling my friends, they look beautiful. He's like, you got a problem with that? She was like, no. He was like, well, no problem with it. I don't have a problem with it. I think a secure woman, as long as he is not being flirty or nothing like that, I don't think nothing wrong with him. He probably think all of them be older men seeing all these beautiful women. It is what it is. But it looks like he likes to be among them. All right. I ain't going to move too fast, but I got something to say. So she said that, so she really and truly wants for him to invest in her business in this hair care line because, she said that they don't work good together. She's like, if you gonna partner with me in this thing, you can't be telling me what to do. I got to be able to make the decisions. I don't feel like you're equal. I feel like, you trying to run me. So of course it's going to the daddy issues and, him being older and all that stuff or whatever. Okay. So, she said, even when it came to her, hair, she said it was her vision. He didn't help her with it. He didn't even support her. Hold up, Cliff. Hold up, Cliff. So, I have a big problem with a spouse not supporting their spouse in something that, is business wise. It ain't one nothing crazy. Sometimes even if you don't see it, support them all the way through. So, I got a problem with that. Yeah. So she was like, So anyway, he decided that he'll just put the money in it and all that stuff. It's going to, where they ain't going to be arguing and going back and forth. So that's best. So Latricia is talking to Tamara and talking to her. They're at a lunch, or they're having lunch and everything. So she was telling her about the brunch and how everything went down. And Trish. She was just saying, and I was like, girl, you wasn't doing all of that. You wasn't that. Well, they didn't show that. When your friend was getting out of hand, they didn't show you was trying to, go off and stuff like that. But she made it seem like that's what she was. So let's move on to Marie. Marie is taking care of a whole tribe. That's what I'm trying to see. Rich, well, girl, you taking care of the 3 grandchildren that your child got, all under the age of 1, I thought she said, on the upcoming episode. And you taking care of the baby mamas too, because when they call you or trying to get in touch with him and they call you, you got to provide for your grandchildren. So, and you taking care of your husband. And you and your husband got some issues in that marriage. Yeah. I seen the behind the scenes or some unseen footage and stuff like that. So yeah. All right. So she's talking about that, and she was talking to her friend too about the event and how everything went, and she just really rubs me the wrong way, y'all. She really do. And her friend was telling her, well, about the brunch and all that stuff. And she was like, well, you the customer. That's bad customer service. Well, first of all, it was bad the way she came at a person. She didn't come as a customer per se. She didn't pull her to the side. She wasn't even in her establishment coming as a customer at that time. I think at that time, if you was coming in her establishment, you could have said, oh, I'm a customer. But she don't know you're a customer. Prove it. Like she said, what a receipt. You just coming out the bag saying yada, yada, yada. So, yeah, no, Marie, I don't know why I want to call her Maria, but Marie rubs me the wrong way. So, yeah, don't let your friend hype you up. Don't do that. Because, everybody going to try to make it seem like they right, even when they wrong. All right, so let's move on to Latrice. And she's trying to revitalize Farrah Street. Farish. I think it's Farish. It looked like it's spelled Farish, but it seemed like they saying Farrah. So I don't know if it's just the Mississippi accent that they leaving the I-ish off, but whatever. So anyway, they talking to Miss Dorothy and everything, and she just walking her through, giving her a tour about, how Farrah Street was, and how Barack Obama ate at this restaurant and different people, and, just trying to get the blackness of, the culture back down in Jackson, Mississippi. So that's what she's trying to do. So Latrice comes to Antoinette's house, and she brings her a gift because one of her upcoming hair care lines and everything. So she's giving it to her and pretty much talking to her about, going through her things. Antoinette is going through her things and reminiscing, trying to get her house, I guess, in order. So evidently she stayed in that house and maybe he moved out. And so now she's trying to, rearrange some things to try to make it her own because she stayed in that house with her husband. And she's going through some things and reminiscing and everything. And she was just basically saying that it seems like the reason they got divorced because he wanted children and she didn't. And I'm trying to think, well, did y'all not talk about that in the beginning before you got married? Because that's one thing you want to talk about. You want to have kids, you know what I'm saying? So that's normally, excuse me, that piece that bothered me. That's normally a, turn on or off for somebody, So that's things that you talk about early on. So I'm not sure how that went down. But they did say that they met in school. So I don't know if that was high school or college school. So I guess if you say college, you'll say college, but anyway. So she's talking to her and she's going through some things about that. And, she's pretty much, this is fresh for her. When I did see the behind scenes or the footage, and Carlos King said when they auditioned or were picked for this show, that her and her husband were married. So when they got ready to film, that's when they're not married. So this is fresh. So I guess, this show probably was written in mind for him to be on the show and for them to be married. So yeah, and so this is hard, hard for her. I've been divorced, and it was hard, when you with somebody for so long a period of time, and divorce is like a death. You grieve. So her journey, I hope it pans out good for her, and she takes her time and not date and just heal properly. So let's move on to Tamara is shopping for her birthday. And I think that the guy was her stylist and everything. He extra. She said that one thing that the same as with Antoinette, they wanted to build their career. So Tamara was not ready to have kids. She wanted to work on her career. And so she froze her eggs. And she even said that the NBA player wanted to pay her $1 million just to have a baby with her. I don't know if he just wanted to have a baby with a woman or just her in particular. So, so yeah, so we'll see in the upcoming episodes that, you know, it seems like her parents are really kind of pressing because her mom want a grandchild. So let's move on to Antoinette is going to the baseball field with her friend. Her husband was into baseball, so she got a lot of his stuff that she wants to get rid of. And she kind of wants to, you know, kind of, I guess, close some doors. So her friend is going with her, and she began to tell her friend, you know, about, you know, that she didn't want to raise biracial children in Mississippi. It was even hard for her being the color that she is in Mississippi. So she said she don't want her children to go through that. I can understand that. I totally agree. Like I said, we stay in Alabama, and Alabama still got some of that, but we talking about Mississippi, and I point that way because it's that way. Mississippi is, yeah, it's worse than Alabama. You know, you talk about Mississippi burning. Yeah. So that was her experience. So she didn't want to, you know, raise her children and have for them to have to deal with racism in the South. And I totally get that. But if it was that important, in my mind, I'm thinking, because I heard that she's not from Mississippi. So in my mind, if it's that important, you could have went somewhere else if you really and truly wanted to build a family. But I guess you really didn't want to have children. So that could have been your excuse anyway, because you did tell Latrice that you didn't want to have children because you would have to sit down and deal with the children and you know, have to go through the pregnancy and not be able to focus on your career. So you would have to sacrifice your career to have children, and that's something you didn't want to do. So she did get a chance to hit the ball because her friend was like, you know, well, hit this ball, and this ball is going to be the ball over. It means over. And she said, are you ready? She said, no, I am, but no, I'm not really ready. You know, he was a good man. And she's like, I go from being a wife or a miss to who am I now? Like, who am I? What I got to do? I got to start over. And I promise you, I felt those things because when I got a divorce at the age of 39, I was like, what am my life gonna look like? You know, getting a divorce, and I was like, how does this work? I got to, you know, I was married for 19 years, so it's like I can imagine, you know, it's the same feeling, you know, like you picture in your mind that you're going to be with somebody forever, and then now you got to get a divorce, and it's like, how does that look like? You got to start your life over. Where do you begin? Hey, been there, done that. But I'm telling you, it will work out. It definitely will work out. If you do the work, get over your healing, get over your humps and bumps. Hey, look at me now. I am really and truly living my best life with my best friend. So I'm excited about that. So, you know, there is life after divorce. So she did ask a question, you know, or she did say that, you know, she's enough. You know, she is enough. And you have to tell yourself that in the times where you are down and you feel like, you know, man, you're enough. You are enough. For somebody else, you're enough for yourself, and you're enough for somebody else if you choose to move on and be in another relationship. So they are at Tamara's birthday dinner. And Latrice and Antoinette pull up, as well as Cliff. And I think they're in that Mercedes, you know, truck or whatever. And so she said, you know, we walking in like Jay and Bay. Once again, I guess she gonna compare herself to Beyonce this whole, you know. But once again, I think she young, so it is what it is. Cliff is there. I guess Cliff is going to be a part of the group. So I'm telling you, he's going to be a part of these ladies. So they asked Cliff, okay, Cliff, how you doing? He's like, better than good. And he was sitting like this. He was standing like that. He didn't get that side angle. He was like, better than good. And I'm like, why is he standing like that? And why is he looking like that? I guess because he's looking at all the beautiful ladies. So yes, Cliff likes the ladies. Cliff likes the ladies. Which is probably why Cliff want to make sure, what's her name? Latrice don't like all the men. She young, she's beautiful, got some money. Yeah, he's trying to make sure, so he gonna be right down them trips with her. All right, hope he getting a check. they're sitting down and they're talking about Maria. Antoinette was asking questions, and Latrice like, you know, what she do, and she was like, well, she's a self-made millionaire, and yada, yada, yada. That's her friend, so she gonna bat for her, you know. And she said something else. She said, listen, don't come from a friend now. That's something you don't do. I don't want you to come from a friend. We're gonna keep it cordial and everything, but yeah, you're gonna not talk about her. That's what you're not gonna do. So Maria walks in, and she thought that she was fine, because she said she liked her outfit is, you know, her outfit. So she looked like a grandmama with 3 grandchildren. That's what she looked like. It is what it is, you know. Cat suit, whatever she got on, it ain't for everybody. Now, I ain't gonna say it didn't look bad. She looked like she had on some stuff and it had it together, but it just didn't fit her body per se, you know. It just didn't fit her, because the back part, she had too much back for it to be out like that. So, you know, but hey, she thought she was fine, honey. That's all that matters. As long as you looked in that mirror and what they say, the mirror said, and the mirror didn't tell you to take that off, you're okay. So they trying to clear the air with Maria. Lord, please help me to say that lady name right. Marie and Latrice. Whew. Y'all just have mercy on me, because I'm trying to get these names together. But they don't think they gonna have it, you know. They want them to clear the air and everything, and talk, and, you know, make everything cohesive, but don't look like it's gonna happen that way. I think I skipped a part. I'm sorry. I did. I skipped a lot then. Okay. I did skip the part where Tamara walks in, and she arrives with her police escort. I ain't mad at you, girl. Do you, baby? It's your birthday. Do you, honey? But my thing is, if you're gonna ride with your police escort, let somebody else be escorting you like you have your own driver. But it looks like you drove yourself. So, you know, hey, it works. Hey, whatever works. So Latrice said that Latrice was talking to her friend Marie, and she refused to toast with Latrice and, you know, just kind of get over it and stuff like that. And they wanted to talk about it. She's like, we're not going to talk about it here. This is Tamara's birthday, and, you know, I don't want that energy. I just want to keep it cordial, so we'll talk about that later and all that stuff. So they toast to talking about it later and stuff. And so, you know, she was like, I'm not going to talk. And then so when they got ready to walk away, she was like, you know, girl, I'm not fake. Why are you trying to get me to participate in that? You know, I'm not fake. I can't be fake and stuff. And so her friend Trisha was trying to, you know, pump her up, encourage her, say, girl, you bigger than that. You building a legacy. You got children, you got grandchildren. Your folks can't be out here seeing you like this. You ain't moving past that. You know, we got to get past that. You know, you got to see, you have a vision for yourself and all that stuff. And she started crying. I said, what's she crying for? Maybe we didn't see all that. What's she crying for? She the one started it. What's she crying for? Why is this motivating you to tears? Because you need to be apologizing to that girl on how you came at her. And like y'all said in the comments, which I'm not into hair, so I don't know how all that stuff works. But like y'all said in the comments, that the person that did the wig or the hair, he probably switched, he or she, I think she said it was he, switched that hair out and gave you some cheap hair or some hair he had stashed away and kept the real hair. So you got to know what you're dealing with. Come on, $600. Anyway, so Latricia pulls Antoinette to the side. And Antoinette, y'all, Lord, I hope they don't eat her up and spit her out on this show. She may just be too sweet and too nice and maybe just not ready for this. She may have some thin skin, because she already said, she finna get me. I know she know the shade and everything I was throwing about that brunch, so she finna come at me. I'm already ready for it. But you don't say that on camera. You just kind of keep you cool. But yeah. She not ready. So Antoinette said she gonna eat all her words, because she talked about that brunch real good. So she said it. She knew everything was what things was going down, and she said, I want to first apologize about talking about the brunch and everything. You know, that's your brand, and I don't want to come against that. And I don't even think that she knew that she was talking about that. It's like she told on herself, honey. See, she the type of person like, girl, I talked about you. Let me tell you what I see. So, which, you know, it is what it is. But I don't think that, you know, I don't think that she gonna be good as far as being in conflict on the show. She gonna be the one that's just gonna be the peacekeeper, nice, calm, and, you know, try to put out fires and everything, because she just pretty much told on herself. And she said, you know, well, girl, you know, that's okay. You know, she said, I was talking about you. I just want to tell you I was talking about you. She said, that's okay, girl, because I'm talking about that wig. You need to pull that down. And so she was like, girl, that ain't what she said. But she was like, girl, I cannot believe. And so, you know, yeah, she said, you got to pull it down. I guess that's why they say now she got to pull it. She pulled it too far down. So now, anyway. So that was a nice little laugh and all that stuff. And it seems like they going to be good. And Tamara was at the end, you know, of course it's her birthday. So Tamara was toasting and, you know, toasting to everybody and calling them all boss chicks. And, you know, they said, you know, hey, they doing it big in Jackson, Mississippi. So, hey, it is what it is. So, you know, this was an eye episode, but I do want to, and I'm sure we're going to get a chance to dive into each one of them's relationship and marriage. You know, we know Cliff going to be on the scene, so he going to be right there. But the rest of them, we'll get a chance to see what the husbands do because, you know, as we know, the Trish husband, you know, I guess he was boat-toting, you know, so he wasn't there. But yeah, I'm very interested to see the relationships of each one of these couples. So yeah, especially Marie. She got a lot going on, and the one starting all the trouble on the first episode. All right. So you guys, on that note, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Don't forget to like this video if you're watching us via YouTube. And if you're watching us via Facebook, make sure you like and follow. And comment on all social media sites that I post this. I know we kind of get started. It's a little slow in the beginning, but, you know, hey, we're going to build on up and we're going to work something out. All right, you guys. So on that note, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Don't forget to go with God and let God go with you. Deuces.